It's time to get real this Christmas and enjoy the things that matter. I'm Michaela Clark of declutteringU.com and I'm here to help you simplify your Christmas. Every episode, I'll be here to give you one quick, easy Christmas hack designed to help you simplify your holiday season and find the fun again. Let's go. Today we're joined by one of my favourite writers, Carly Jacobs from smaggle.com. She also has a podcast, Straight and Curly and the Sweet Teen Club. If you're a 90s child, you'll love that podcast. And she's also the founder of the Crochet Club. Now, Carly's blog is all about how to be a star in your own life. And I thought who better than to get on to talk about some of her hacks for basically keeping your shit together at Christmas. I hope you enjoy the episode. Have you been naughty or nice this year?
Look, the thing with the naughty and nice question is that I actually have a very naughty face. I look like I get up to a lot of mischief, but I'm actually incredibly sensible. Like if I'm at a weird party or something, people will always try and grab me to go off and like do a sneaky thing. And I'm like, no, go home, have some water and have a sleep and go to bed. I'm just, I present as being cheeky, but I'm very nice.
Okay, so hopefully you're going to get spoiled this Christmas then.
Oh, look, fingers crossed.
Now, look, you know what? I always lose my mind at Christmas time. I don't know what it is, and this is why I'm doing this hacks podcast this year, because I want to learn from people that basically have their shit all together. Pretend to be anyway. So I'd love to get what you do at Christmas time to keep you from not losing your head and keeping your sanity this time of year, because it's crazy.
It is. And I'm actually a huge advocate of being very, very prepared all year round. So that always flows into Christmas for me. So I've got a few tips for you. My biggest tip is to start shopping early. And we're actually recording this and it's early November. And I've actually almost finished all my Christmas shopping.
So there's people like you actually do exist then?
Yes, we do. And it just makes so much sense because no one's panicked. I've got plenty of time to do all my online shopping. One tip I have is don't ever online shop in December. It will just end in tears. People order things on the 10th of December and expect it to arrive, and it just won't, because you and everyone else is shopping online that close to December, and retail stores just like they run out of things. And if you're ordering from handmade, like local sellers and stuff, they sometimes understock. It's just get in early, get it all out of the way in November. I also like to buy presents that are as small as possible because I tend to travel quite a lot at Christmas, and I know lots of other people do. So I like presents that I can like pop in a suitcase and not have to pay a lot of money for excess luggage. And also, if you're shopping online and you don't have a choice, have your packages sent to the location where you're going to be for Christmas rather than your own house. So if you travel, because I'm from Canberra and I live in Melbourne, and so I end up going back to Canberra for Christmas every year. And if it's 2 weeks before Christmas and I'm ordering something online, there's no point in sending it to Melbourne because I might not be here when it arrives. I'll have it sent to my parents' house or a friend's house in Canberra, and I pick it up when I go back to Canberra.
Oh, that's such a, I mean, that's such a simple thing really, but how many of us, don't do that? We make it so much more harder than it needs to be as far as ordering where gifts go, and we buy these big things that we've got extra luggage for or extra postage. It just doesn't make sense.
No.
Hey, what's your next tip?
I also like to not overcomplicate things. So if you have to travel and bring a plate of food, just make it super easy on yourself. So don't try to pack prawns into an esky for an 8-hour car drive up the Australian coast. Get someone who lives in the place where you're going to take care of the fresh bread and the prawns and the stuff that can be purchased locally. And you can do something that's make ahead, like potato salad is make ahead. And, you could do like a slice, or you could do a cake or something that's easier to travel with. Like, don't try and get fresh things around in Australia because it's summer. Like, you only have to sit in the car for 20 seconds and you die. So don't be trying to carry sweaty food and stuff in cars around Christmas.
Yeah, see, I've done that before because I always buy the prawns because I think I don't have to prep them. I just go to the shop, I buy them, and I'm right. But you're right. Then there's like the esky and the ice and the, why did I do this?
Exactly.
Cool. And what's next for you? What about presents? I know you mentioned shopping, but how do you feel about the whole presents thing at Christmas? Because there's a lot of pressure, isn't there?
There is a lot of pressure, and I've recently become quite a minimalist. So I don't like a lot of stuff in my life, and I'm also not very materialistic. So I don't need things to be big and flashy and over the top. I've witnessed so many families that try and out-present each other and spend thousands of dollars on presents for each other, and it's a big to-do. And you know what? It's all crap. Like, it's absolutely all crap. Just do the smallest amount of presents that you possibly can, little token things. But again, don't buy anything that is garbage. Like, I would much prefer a bottle of lovely red wine than some random thing that you saw at a market that, I might pop on a shelf for a few years and then donate to charity. So just have a think about the type of stuff that you're giving and make sure that it's not going to end up in landfill.
Yes, so true. I know when I buy for my boys, I'm always amazed at it's usually the cheapest or littlest thing that they end up playing with the most on Christmas Day.
Exactly.
It's just funny. So no matter what age, that's so relevant.
Exactly. And you can't pick it. Like, you won't know what people are going to like, but I think wine is always appreciated. I mean, by people who actually drink. But I mean, your friends. Like, I'm a very conscientious, healthy eater. So people know not to get me chocolate. I think people just need to be very vocal about the things that they like. And to anyone who knows me, who's listening to that podcast, wine, a nice bottle of Shiraz, just bring it on. It's like, that will never go to waste in my life.
You just need to send this out to family and friends, just going, there's a message in here for all of you.
Yeah, okay. Because that's the thing. For me, it's either diamonds or wine. So, get me wine.
Look, another thing I always tend to do is have an argument with my husband over Christmas. And, it's just this build-up of stress, and I've talked about on the podcast before, this perfect moment syndrome where I'm suffering from PMS constantly. So I'd love to know how you deal with, those types of things at Christmas and relationships.
I actually really love what you just said, perfect moment syndrome. I think that's people put far too many expectations on Christmas Day to be like the best ever Christmas Day you've ever had. And I think it's just important to manage your expectations and just be like, you know what, Christmas Day is probably going to be a bit rough. So just, strap yourself in and get ready. I also think it's really important to acknowledge the fact that you do have relatives that will be around that will push your buttons. But peace is far more important than trying to convince your grandma that it's okay to not have children. Like, just let it go. There's going to be someone who's going to say something really stupid and another thing that's really awful on Christmas Day is there's always politics and, half your family will be left and half of them will be right, and it'll just be like this whole big thing. Just let it go. There's no point in having arguments, and being right actually isn't important. Having a lovely day where everyone feels, secure and loved and doesn't leave hating another family member is way more important than you being right.
And we had Catherine Hodges on another podcast who said something really interesting. She said, they're the same people they were the day before and the day after. And it's just Christmas. It's just another day. Don't expect people to not be who they are on this one particular day a year. I thought, that's so true. Why do we have such high expectations of people on this one particular day? And I know with social media and all that doesn't always help with this image that you have to portray the perfect Christmas. So it's so true. I mean, peace is so much more important, isn't it, than winning an argument?
Definitely.
And look, I'm guilty of overeating at Christmas, I must say.
I think we all are.
And I know you're very health conscious. So what tips do you have for, helping us not put on 20 kilos over 2 days?
Look, I'm actually a master at that. If I don't watch what I'm eating for 3 days in a row, I can gain 3 kilos in a weekend. Like, I've been known to do that. And I'm also an overeater. So this is why I'm so health conscious and constantly trying to make good food choices. My rule is to eat salad. Oh, sorry. Are you editing this? I just dropped a pen on the table. Are you doing any editing?
Well, I will. I can, but I'm not going to edit that out because that's just fun.
Sorry, guys. I'm like, just edit that out. Now I'm doing a hair flick. I'm like princess over here. Sorry, guys. Just dropped a pen on the table. Let's just go back to where we were. So one of my biggest tip is that I try to eat salad and exercise every single day around Christmas. It's really easy to get trapped into this like sugar and alcohol trap, and it's just not necessary. So just make sure that every single day you have a big bowl of greens, or if you don't have time, just chug back a quick green smoothie smoothie in between an indulgent lunch and a fancy dinner, and just get your sweat on every day. Just go for a walk, or there's always kids around at Christmas. Like, play a game of tips with kids. Like, if there's any way to get your heart rate going, it's to play tips with children. Like, it's out of control. And just really, really make it a priority. Because you'll only feel gross if you don't. And also pick your weaknesses. So I'm quite okay at controlling my food. I really do love a drink. Like, I'm not going to lie. And I just have to make sure that I have alcohol-free days around Christmas, because I don't drink during the week, during the year much anyway, because I'm, working all the time, and it hits the holidays, and, all of a sudden it's fine to start having like a G&T at 4:00 on a Monday afternoon. And I am all for that.
Or 10 a.m. on the morning. What are you talking about?
God. My mum and I hit the booze so early on Christmas Day. It is shocking. Like, I arrive at her house and she'll just be like, mimosa. And I'm like, oh yeah. And we're just like, we hit it hard. But yeah, so it's just, and I think Christmas Day, like, do not have any food or exercise or any type of guilt on Christmas Day. That's a complete free day. But Boxing Day and the day after, eat something green and probably start, undoing the damage you did on Christmas Day.
Oh, well, I like that guilty-free day. I can do that. If I'm good all the other days and let my hair down on Christmas Day, then I can live with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. Well, I don't want to keep you because we're making these short and actionable. So thank you so much for joining us. And I already feel more relaxed for Christmas this year. So I'm going to be, in the zen all Christmas. But, let's see Christmas Day. Hopefully I won't decide to record it or something. But, you have a wonderful Christmas back with your family, and enjoy.
Thank you.
It's time to embrace a perfectly imperfect Christmas. Head over to declutteryou.com/Christmas hacks to grab a free copy of the Hack the Holidays Handbook to help you get organised, simplify, and actually enjoy your Christmas this year.